HasanAbi Corporate. I don't even know what that is. This is the car you're getting when your lease is up?
So 6 years ago, Tesla rolled a bit of a surprise off the back of a truck, and it was the Roadster 2.0, a two-door electric truck they're trying to make now, other stuff they're going to mass.
Bro, Marquez Brownlee has this car in this house? What the fuck, really?
So I guess what I'm trying to say is that Roadster is indefinitely delayed, which is a bit of a bummer. So I guess the Smackdown's going to have to wait. Or, actually, wait, hold on. Hold that thought.
No fucking way. Oh. It's a remake?
So this is the Rimac Nevera.
What is this, like a fucking revamped Koenigsfeld or something? What's happening? I've never heard of this before.
And it is absolutely the smackdown of gasoline cars that we knew was eventually coming. You've been able to buy $1 million, $2 million, $3 million gas supercars for years now, but electric cars are of course newer and they're exploding.
Why'd you say Koenigsfeld KW? Am I saying it wrong? Is that why you guys... Well, not Koenigsfeld, Koenigsegg. Oh, okay, whatever. Suck my dick. I don't know cars like that. It's Koenigsegg. Shut up, nerds. My bad. I got like most of the fucking letters in the weird... Dude. Look at the name, okay? There's not enough normal sounds in it. It's not my fucking fault.
Onto the scene. So now we get to see what an all-out, technologically advanced, maximum performance, all-electric hypercar.
Chat worried about Koenigsegg should be worried about having Koenig sex. Good one.
Actually looks like and feels like. Rimac has made one car before, the Rimac Concept 1. I was actually lucky enough to test that car too, that tiny little thing. They only made 8 copies of that. Then they started working on the Rimac Concept 2 as they got acquired by Volkswagen Group and merged with Bugatti. So that Concept 2 became this Nevera, which they'll only make 150 of and will cost $2.4 million. So
oh, dude, I'll get 3.
This is in a completely different stratosphere than the promised Tesla Roadster, but the idea for all of them is the same. Just make the fastest car possible. And so...
Controversial opinion, but electric supercars are fun and all, but really stupid. One, because what is it going to go 10 miles? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? And two, if it doesn't have an engine sound, if it does not have an engine sound, I don't fucking want it. I'm sorry. The saddest thing about the Taycan, which is you guys know I have a Taycan 4S, okay? It's wonderful. Love it. However, a couple things that I hate about it. One, I feel like it looks too much like a spaceship still, just like this monstrosity does, but this looks a lot cooler. I do not like that there is no engine sound. For the week that I had the Panamera 911, or not 911, the Panamera, I realized that the fucking engine sound is so good. Panamera looks so goofy. You just buy a 911. I can't buy a 911. I can't fit in a 911. I don't think you guys understand. I literally physically cannot fit inside of a 911. I've tried. I sat down in it. Yeah, America deserved 9/11, and so did Hasan. Anyway, let's continue with this.
Of course it's electric. You know those like scale of the universe videos on YouTube where the numbers...
He said, take the Corvette pill? Yeah, dude. We're talking about a 9/11, and your counter to that is get a Corvette? Okay, dude. Come on. It's like not even in the same... It's not even the same class of vehicle, okay?
You see the scale of things get bigger and bigger until the numbers just don't even make sense anymore and they're not comprehensible by the human brain. That's this car. 0 to 60 miles an hour, 1.74 seconds. World record. 0 to 100 miles an hour in 3.2 seconds. World record. Quarter mile, 8.3 seconds. World record. 0 to 200 miles an hour in 10 seconds.
What?
World record.
Bro, you go 0 to 200 miles an hour in 10 seconds, and then the car's battery runs out. The car's battery is so heavy that it automatically, you're juiced out. It's
0
done.
to 250 to 0 in under 30 seconds. World record. There's 23 world records on this list, and one of them is the record for most records broken in a day. These numbers don't really make any sense, so I need to feel this for myself. So track mode, the wing pops up, everything turns red.
The funniest part about it is that when would you ever be able to go 250? Like, there is no, like, you could only do it on the track. You know what I mean? There's no real place where you could consistently hit that speed. The Autobahn would have you would have a hard time, I feel like.
Red, 100% front power, 100% rear power. Put on the brake. Put on the gas. 3, 2.
How does it not fly? That's why the spoiler is so fucking big, dude. I feel like at that speed, you're just flying up. See, you hear that? You hear that sound? Exactly. It fucking sucks, okay? That's my point. Imagine getting in a fucking car that just went to 200 like that, and the only sound you hear is, it sucks. Even worse, because like the Taycan does this sound. When you turn on the electric engine mode, the sound it makes is this awful.
Oh my god. Oh,
he
wow,
nutted.
I've never felt that.
Dude, Marcus Brownlee just broke his nofap rule. You know what I mean? He's like 3 weeks in.
On my face.
He just relapsed.
I think we can do it even better. So let's do that quarter-mile straight line one more time. But this time, next to me is going to be a very, very fast car. The Porsche 911 Turbo S. That car does 0 to 60 in under 2.5 seconds. I'm gonna give that 640 horsepower all-wheel drive Porsche a 2-second head start in a 400-yard race. Now let's see what this Romance does to that very fast Porsche. 0, 1, 2. Oh man. That's crazy.
That's insane! Ah! That is so sick, dude! Look how fast that is!
Nothing is supposed to walk a car like that. I mean, this car is fast, but there you have it. This is a street-legal electric car after all, though, so around normal roads, how does it drive? So I'm driving in range mode right now, which by default is 100% front axle power, 30% rear axle, and the softest suspension and the least aggressive acceleration. The brakes are still really strong, but honestly, this is a very compliant car. That's one of these things that I think is inherently going to be better about all of these electric super
The fucking Tesla could never.
cars is they can be really, really soft and friendly despite having 2,000 horsepower available the second you want it. As I'm looking at the top, I have almost 100% battery and about 100 miles of range estimated. So
dude, 100 miles? Yeah, okay, dude. What a joke. This is what I mean. Okay, that's so dumb. It's in range mode too. Come on, dude. That's what I'm talking about. There's no shot. Who the f would purchase this? Someone said gaming laptop. Literally, battery technology is ridiculous. More perspective, this car would be illegal to race on a drag strip. How much does a Taycan have? It's also bad. Taycan is like 230. You drive 200 miles at a time or something. Guys, please don't do this, okay? Please don't do this. Here's the problem, okay? First of all, a vehicle should be able to go a long-ass distance. But the problem with electric vehicles is that once you go 230 miles, you have to, one, find an electric charger somewhere, and two, the electric charger has to be fast enough. You're still sitting there with an internal combustion engine Ultimately, it doesn't matter. You fill up the entire gas tank in maximum 10 minutes. Like at the very most, you go into a gas station, the paying process, because the credit card thing never works on the actual pump. So you have to go inside, wait in line maybe. Maximum, you're in and out. Yeah, 10 minutes if there's a wait. Electric vehicles, unfortunately, this dude, okay, this is my favorite type of chatter. Because like this is the type of chatter who's like so invested in debating me and proving me wrong that he said the credit card thing always works. Thanks, Schmelly. Like he said, the credit card machine on the pump always works. Like insane. Why was that guy so angry? I don't know.
Assuming it's going to tell me that my range is low based on how I've driven in the past, and this car has not been babied, so I guess that shouldn't shock me. But we are working with 120 kilowatt hour battery, so pretty big battery, the quad motors, and it will estimate, at least they say, about...
You do charge a lot at home? Yeah, it's not an issue for me because I drive every day, and my drive distance is fairly limited. And I usually have to I usually deplete my battery and have to charge every 5 days. But the reality is that, I mean, I could charge it every day if I wanted to. You know, if I wanted to go on a road trip, I can't take the Taycan. Murat did not install one charging station. He installed 2. Taycan has a lot of advantages. It's super fun to drive. It's definitely a treat. It feels great. Obviously, the disadvantage is Los Angeles potholes are devastating, and it's so low to the goddamn ground. But it's great. It's a beautiful machine, right? And you feel it when you're driving it. I've never been a big car guy. I drove my Camry, that I still have, that I drive from time to time as well. But it's you really do see how German engineering excels.
About 300 miles of range on a full charge, which is pretty good. It has that CCS port right behind my head, and it'll charge from 0 to 80% on a fast charger in 20 minutes. And then this is also there's a funny combination of parts. I talk a little bit in the autofocus video about this car, about how they got bought by the Volkswagen Group. They got a bunch of money into this company, and they're merged.
Chat, that's fast charging. 20 minutes is fast charging. Understand, EVs have a long way to go. Have you heard of hydrogen vehicles? I've heard of hydrogen vehicles. I don't know. Is it true that Japan is more invested in hydrogen rather than EV technology for cars like Toyota? Hydrogen vehicles.
With Bugatti now. So it's Bugatti Rimacs. And there's a lot to this car that actually reminds me of Bugatti, where they clearly could have been lighter, but they didn't. They went with high quality stuff everywhere. Basically everything in this car is either carbon fiber or metal, and it is rock solid. There's not a ton of dampening or noise isolation.
A real commie would drive the working man's car, the Ford F-150. First of all, I love trucks. I am too much of an Ameribu. I love trucks. I think Toyota Hilux is the greatest truck ever created. I think American trucks are grossly large. Way too fucking large. Hello. Hello, my love. Hello. The sweet princess. The Ford F-150 electric sounds fucking awesome, though. I just wish that it wasn't that big. It's so gross, dude. It's so fucking large. I don't like how big it is. I think that it would be way sicker if American vehicle manufacturers focused more on Maverick-style cars. Because, the Ford Maverick is also pretty large, but at least it's or the Ranger. Sorry, not the Maverick. The Ranger, right? Isn't it the Ranger? Isn't that even smaller than the Maverick? The Maverick is tiny? No, it's not. Dude, let me tell you something, okay? You might be an American if you look at a Ford Maverick and go, that's such a tiny truck. It's not. The Ranger now is what the F-150s were in the 90s. Yeah. Current Rangers are the size of the last gen F-150s. It's insane. I want a Japanese truck size pickup truck. What's the point of a Ranger, though? If you need towing capabilities for hay bales and whatnot, a Ranger couldn't do it. First of all, not everybody's towing hay bales, okay? And secondly, I'm pretty sure the Ranger also has a pretty decent towing capability. I also do think that the old school, what was it, El Camino style Australian vehicles that is a lost art. Like what are they called? Utes. Like a sedan, but with a truck thing in behind it. Chevy 454 SS and El Caminos are sick food. Chicanos no. I think El Caminos are sick. And I also think that I think people forget how small the old Toyota Rangers and other trucks work just because we're always going bigger. Yeah. A farmer near me started using a K truck out in his fields. I see it out here on my way to work. Yeah, the entire Japanese economy can run on K trucks. I don't know why Americans think any different. Like, what kind of towing are you engaging in? You know what I mean? How the fuck are they doing it? Like, are other people just like doing multiple trips? What do you think is going on? A lot of these trucks already have enough towing capability for day-to-day activities, especially even in like ranches and like that. The only reason why American trucks are the size that they are is pure ego, and because it just it sells better. Most of the people, first of all, the Ford F-150 is the most popular vehicle in the United States of America. Do you, honest to God, think that every single person that purchases a Ford F-150 is purchasing it for the legitimate towing capabilities? No, no. They just buy it because they're dickheads, okay? Well, I mean, it is cool. Like, it is cool. If you like trucks, trucks are cool. But most bought car in the country, by the way, we aren't all towing. Yeah, exactly. Most people don't buy the F-150 because they need to tow. Those K-trucks cannot tow my triple 150 speedboat that I use 125 gallons a weekend to have fun with.
Or foam or anything like that. Like, I can hear the rocks like going through the wheel well. It feels like a relatively heavy but still compact sports car. I kind of like it. Also, one more thing I've noticed. So the dashboard of this car, the primary thing in the middle is the speed, and it actually changes the color based on the mode you're in. We'll get to the modes. But also, my estimated range has been going up as I've been driving, so it knows I've been going slower. Kudos. But
yeah, America does not have nearly as much industry as its amount of pickup trucks would indicate. No shot. You'd think that America has like literally the entire planet's manufacturing and agricultural capabilities with the amount of pickup trucks on the road. And also, it still does not change the reality that you do not need that large of a truck for the same towing capabilities. You do not need that. I'm a carpenter. I had an F-250 with a lumber rack and a commercial custom canopy swapped to a Ford Transit Connect, the small commercial van, and it's way nicer to work out of. Costs 1/3 of as much, new, and easily double the fuel mileage. Short tweet about it. 75% of truck owners use their truck for towing one time a year or less, meaning never. Nearly 70% of truck owners go off-road one time a year or less. The thing is, like, my brother does off-roading regularly, and he does it with a old-ass Cayenne, you know what I mean? You can do off-roading with any car, really. It's just a matter of willpower and a little bit of engineering. You cannot off-road with a Taycan. No amount of engineering is going to allow you to give it enough clearance. Because I find myself lifting it all the time. And that is not, it lifts it, not even, when the Taycan is lifted, it literally lifts it, and it's still lower than a fucking Toyota Camry, okay? There's an off-road Taycan model. Yeah, you're talking about Safari 911s, which are super sick. It's not a Taycan, though, and it's not electric. Those are dope. Safaris are actually fire. Anyway, get back to
also, it shows my total power output and regen.
The Dakar 911
on the side. When I hit the brake pedal, the regen number actually goes up. So that means they're adding regen before blending in the friction brakes. So it feels and drives like a normal car. It coasts mostly when I let off the accelerator, but it behaves a lot like Porsche's Taycan and that same 800-volt system, which means hitting the brakes starts with regen.
There's a YouTuber named Bjorn Nyland that off-roaded his Tesla Model X, and they used his GPS data to void his warranty. What the f? That's f***ing insane. It's so weird when you purchase a car, like they get to tell you. So I hate Teslas.
Then adds friction brakes. It's clever. Even the infotainment is kind of interesting. It is a big touchscreen in the middle of the car. Interestingly, with some storage behind it that you can just pull back to reveal. But there's a bunch of features. There's a 360 camera. There's a map. There's also a button on the steering wheel that has a little picture of like a voice control. When I press it, it says this car is going to get voice commands and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with a software update. If it actually does get all those things and it's wireless, that would make this one of the best car infotainment systems of any hypercar I've ever seen. But as of right now, it doesn't have that, but you can still connect your phone and play Bluetooth music on the Focal speakers, which are all over the cabin. So I really think that in this transition, or in this upcoming boost of all these electric cars, one of the most impressive things about them is the Jekyll and Hyde factor. The fact that these cars can have multiple personalities, obviously it's super cool and super aggressive and snarling to have a gas car that has a ton of power and sounds amazing all the time. I'm surrounded by those cars right now, you can't even see. But a really impressive electric car can be both really fast and performant and really soft
Audi's voiding your warranty if you floor your car a certain amount of times? What the fuck?
and docile and smooth. And I think this is one of those examples where just
Is there not a portable phone charger equivalent but for car batteries? Brother, do you know how large car batteries are? Just think about it this way. An electric car could probably charge your phone for months, if not weeks, okay? There is no way that you would do that. Yeah, unless you get like a gas battery. Oh my God, that's such a fun video idea. Yeah, a regular car battery is like 30 pounds. An electric car battery is like 1,000. Oh man, just saw perpetual motion in Twitch chat. Hell yeah, Twitch plays quantum physics. Getting a gas generator to power my car as I drive it. What if instead of a battery, we just put a gas generator directly in the car? Wait a minute. Yeah, sometimes it's actually taking advantage of the gas generator, and then other times is using electric, like a hybrid of the two. What could we call that, you think? I can't really think about it. I can't really think of a name for that sort of thing. Gilletric.
driving it around like normal feels really soft and smooth. And if it goes into sport mode or cruise mode or track mode, well, it sort of puts a mask on. So I had to look it up to remember which is which, but the Dr. Jekyll guy, the nice guy, is just driving in range mode or cruise mode. All the gauges are blue and green, and there's a smooth, soft throttle response, soft suspension.
I will say I love the console in this thing. I feel like a lot of electric vehicles have disgusting consoles. Another thing that I absolutely despise about Teslas is its fucking console. It's so gross. It's so large. It's just a fucking fat tablet. I hate it. I hate it. I also love that this car, despite being an electric car, looks not dissimilar to other supercars. It doesn't have that like across the board spaceship feel to it, or at least not any different than like a regular McLaren.
Lighter steering, and the rear wing is all the way down at its lowest setting just to glide through the air with maximum efficiency and minimal drag. It's almost shockingly calm. You'd never know about all the horsepower underneath your foot. But with the soft steering and the regen braking, it feels and drives, I'm not even joking, just like a super low Tesla Model 3 with incredible brakes. But the Mr. Hyde is the evil one. And in this very same car, just by turning the knobs and going into sport mode or track mode and dialing up the power and everything turning yellow and red, you tighten up the steering, you stiffen the suspension, the throttle response from the pedal becomes much more linear with your foot, like it's incredibly reactive just touching the pedal. And the huge carbon fiber wing extends up and out into the air, completely nuking your rear visibility to create more downforce to keep you planted to the road, along with an active rear splitter down underneath to redirect air. Plus, if you're fast enough and hit the brakes hard enough, the wing will flip up and become an air brake to help you slow down even faster. This whole car basically tightens up even more than it already was around you and becomes a weapon of speed and precision.
Bro, it's like a plane, dude. It's like a land plane.
Where you have such direct and immediate control over exactly how fast you're going at any moment. More than the Plaid Model S, more than any gas car I've ever tried. The lag is just non-existent. It's pretty incredible. So anyway, I guess the point is, this is still that moment that we are waiting for electric cars, even if it didn't come from Tesla. All those records that I was talking to you about before, those weren't electric car records. Those were production car world records. Everything this does in a straight line is faster than the Bugatti Chiron. Now, I feel like the #1 comment I can...
F-150 Lightning battery is so large they have the ability to reverse charge when plugged into a house. So when the power goes out, it can act as a backup battery for the house and will run the house for approximately 3 days. What the God damn, that's the most American shit I've ever heard. That sounds so sick.
I can already see below this video is, oh, but I'd rather take the Chiron. I'd rather take any of the gas cars any day because of the noise and the soul and the fun of it. And I get that to an extent. Obviously,
I agree with that, though.
$2 million exotic hypercar should have fun. It's way more about fun than practicality. So I understand that. But the point is, the future of cars is now proven to be electrified in some way. The newest Corvette flagship is electrified. The newest Lamborghini flagship is electrified. The newest Ferrari flagship is electrified. The newest Bugatti coming up will be electrified. The new McLaren flagship to replace the P1 will be electrified. And that's what we've learned. So in the meantime, it was exciting getting to drive this 1 of 150 super rare expensive car. Shout out to Triple F Collections for letting me come out here and actually beat on this car and really drive it. It was incredible. Check out
Cars and bids, my online enthusiast car. More supercar proof. How about the fact that it's a mid-engine V12, just like the F50, the Enzo, and the LaFerrari. And in fact, the V12 in this car is larger than the V12 in the LaFerrari. LaFerrari had a 6.3-liter V12 that made 790 horsepower.
That pussy is ugly? Are you fucking joking? I would f that car, dude. Holy shit. Look at how sick that is, dude. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. That chatter thinks his Kia Soul looks good. It does look like a Ford GT, which I think is cool because Ford GTs are cool looking.
The most beautiful Ferrari they've released since the 458 first came out almost 15 years ago. It is a great design. So moving on from the car overview and the design overview.
Alcantara right there. 100p. 100p. Look at that. Look at the way it looks.
Let's talk quirks and features, starting with
Alcantara. Interior material. Bro, my Sonata has Alcantara. Whatever. I'm going to do the Finale right now. There's no way you fit. Yeah, I know. Look at the way Doug is sitting in there. How tall is Doug? He's 6'2". Are you fucking joking?
With the key, which is this.
Bro, look at it. His knees are touching the fucking console, man. What the f are these people doing? Yo, they need to change this, okay? There's too many NFL players, too many basketball players out there, too many tall motherfuckers out there. These freaks, okay, need to stop tailoring their goddamn supercars to dudes who are 5'8", okay? What is happening?
Yes, you're thinking this is just a Ferrari logo, but it is the key. You flip it over and you can see a leather pad with some buttons on it. Really just button pads, one for lock and one for unlock. And then at the bottom it says Daytona SP3. This is a new way of Ferrari doing keys. The Ferrari logo on one side and then this leather button pad on the other. Very classy, very beautiful, although you'll notice it doesn't have a hoop for you to stick it on your keychain.
Supercars were made for short kings who hustle extra hard and hide their shortness. No one who's above 5'9" will buy this anyway. They know their target audience. Yeah, I'm out here talking like I'm going to purchase one, you know? This is sick, though. This looks really cool. What the f? It looks like it has a wide body kit on. Look at this shit. They were like, hey, did you guys like the Lamborghini Urus? Well, guess what? We put a wide body kit on it. And it made it electric. This shit's wider than a bus. Yeah. Oh, ew, gross. They have the bucket seats in the back. You know this shit's extra? They charge you extra to take out a third seat in the back so you can have 4 bucket seats. It's so stupid. Who the f wants a DX Razor to sit in the back seat? Looks like a Cybertruck to me. Just the dumbest Elon Musk dick rider. How dare you? Okay? This is, oh, ew, it looks gross from the side. I take it back. It looks like a Urus the Taycan on the side. Let me tell you something, okay? Yeah, it looks gross from the side. I think about, wait, what the is it a 2-door? What? It's a 2-door SUV, which is supposed to be compact, and it's the size of a regular SUV. What the is happening? It's a 2-door that drives like a 4-door. I don't even have money for my phone bill, let alone a goddamn car, but I know that don't make sense. It's like a lifted Lamborghini hatchback. Yeah, I don't with this at all. When I found out it was a 2-door and I saw the side, it's not great. Listen, if you want a Urus, I don't know why I'm saying it like people are just going to go out and buy a $300,000 SUV. Just get a fucking Audi. It's the same car. Oh, you don't have enough money? You don't have enough money for a Cayenne Turbo? You don't have enough money for a Lamborghini Urus? Yeah, no shit. Get a fucking Audi. It's literally the same car. Actually. No, it's the same frame. Everything is the same. Like, pretty much everything is the same, except for, I guess, like, I mean, there's tweaks on it, but, like, the inside, if you take out the guts, I don't know why I hit this part of Instagram, but literally, there are so many videos that I see on my Instagram feed every now and then of dudes just like ripping the guts of a Urus, and underneath it, it's just straight up, it'll say Audi. And if you can't buy an Audi, buy a Volkswagen. They are made in the same plant, yes. Euro cars are so unreliable. I don't agree with that. You mean a Volkswagen Golf, the mother of all cars, GTI for life? Oh, here we go. GTI chatters are chirping it. Again, it's Beauty and the Geek, Tom. If you can't afford these cars, buy a Toyota or a Honda. Yeah, I mean, when in doubt, always buy a Toyota. You cannot go wrong in a Toyota. You will never go wrong in a Toyota. Literally the best. The absolute best. Oh, God. I want to get a Toyota Crown. But not like the ugly-ass Western versions of it or even the new ones. I want to get a Toyota Crown from like 1989. You know what I mean? Just like one of the best years. Oh, so sick. Look at this, dude. Look at this. Look at how sick this car is. Regal, dude. Oh. It's like, what are you, an ambassador that's about to be assassinated? You know what I mean?